Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
The game of stickball is an ancient sport, played by many Indian tribes of North America for centuries. It has been a part of the lives of the Muskogee Indian people for at least 1,000 years. It is still played during summer at a dozen or so ceremonial grounds in eastern Oklahoma. The rules of the game require the men to use a pair of long, cupped sticks, generally called ball sticks, to pass a small, hide-covered ball from one player to another, and then on to the goal. The art of making ball sticks has been passed on from generation to generation of Indian people. Tima Tiger, a member of Fish Pond Ceremonial Ground near Okemah, Oklahoma, has learned how to make ball sticks from his father. Tima wants to make sure that future generations carry on these tribal traditions, particularly the art of making what the Muskogee people call dogone, crooked sticks.
This here is a hickory, and that was handed down from above, from ancestors on. And what little we know, we try to keep it going, you know. At our ceremonial grounds, that's where they use these at the ceremonial grounds. This is a hickory right here. And then you split that in two and find you one that's pretty good shape. And then split one. And that's what I'm going to have to do right now, just try to split one and hoping it'll come out right. It takes a little time. Now then, I hope get this in there. Hold it in place. And get this one back right in here. A lot of times, you know, you can put a knot in this thing right here like this, if you can. Well, that's kind of a good, the way you can curve it and everything. You can tie a knot in it. But now the first thing to do is take a back part of this off here and then start on my whittling. It takes a lot of patience to do these things. I know a lot of other people probably got different ways of doing it, but like I said, I ain't got all that much tools. I just work by hand. I take it to the clamp here. Put this in the vise here, like this. I just kind of square this off a little bit, like this. Take that and do the other side the same way. Okay, now turn it on. There's a bag. Move this back side off a little bit where it's going to be a cup. Hej, anong något kan amsi där. Ru. Next thing I gotta do is measure off 6 inches here. And about 16 inches for a cup. So it's going to be a cup right in there. So that's yeah. Okay. Whittle this down. Make a cup here. Takes quite a bit of patience here. Complete finish, it'll take about a good half a day. I done 2 pairs in a day, but it took a while. This part here is a cup that I'm going to have to bend back and make a cup. And it's 16 inches long right in here. And later on, when I get that cup made, well, I'm going to have to grind these off. These ridges here on to make the handle part, and this here is on the side. So this is why I'm going to bend this and make a cup. A lot of times you have pretty Sometimes it curves easy, and sometimes you have to work with it in order to. This is the way I usually do it, so I'll put this back in the vise here. Like so, and then put this in there. And cut these off, the splinter top, as long as it's thick enough where you got enough to smooth it down till you get me pretty good cup on it. Okay, let me level that off a little bit. Hammer it down a little bit there. In order to get a pretty good cup on it. Now I'm going to clamp that. Yeah, that's the way I do it, you know. You can make these just like any other sports. It's just some of them's left-handed, and you can make some for left-handed and right-handed. But I've been making right-handed for people. I hadn't run onto one to make left-handed yet. All right, we're now finished up curving this one, so we're going to, next step is, it'd be like this here. And then I had to finishing touch on it, and I had to really grind on these right here, like this. Round the handle, you had to round the handle and then make a little ear on this one. You had that right here. You had to pile on this. This in here is being going to the finish, but this in here is how you make your cups kind of spread out a little bit here, like this. I use these here, clamp it down pretty tight in order to stay in shape. So I use this here to spread it, and then turn it around, and use this other side like this, and spread it. That's how the cup would stay in shape. And I use this here to clamp it down where it'll stay. Okay. So, and this in here is almost finish, up to the finish here, and this in here I got a mark here where you're going to drill holes right here and there and on this side here. And then when you drill holes, well, you're ready for the leather to put the lace in there. So, the next one, well, this is how it'd look. So I already got this leathered up and everything. That's how it would look when you finish it. I need to sandpaper a little more, but it's kind of smooth enough, so I just laced it up like this. So that's ready. This in here is. But it's been handed down to us to, carried on. Our ancestors brought this from here way back. I don't know what they used to, maybe a flint rock or whatever, to smooth them down and everything. And they used deer hide on them. Now we use them white people's leathers. That come from way beyond sunrise, older people had said. A lot of things we've seen with our own eyes, and that we thought that's the way they done it, so that's the way we've been carrying it on.
Muskogee people. Muskogee events Muskogee News. MuskogeeMedia.com. 3 outlets, 1 website. The Muskogee Nation News. Individual stories published as soon as they are fit to print. Muskogee Radio, Muskogee Vision. Don't have time to catch the radio or television program? View the latest episodes of both in one place on your schedule. Need a banner, business cards, or flyers printed? Get a quote from Muskogee Creative. MuskogeeMedia.com.
It's just after sunrise on a Sunday morning, early in the month of September. The place is the Greenleaf Stomp Ground, one of several Creek tribal town sites in eastern Oklahoma. These Indian people are just finishing a night of stomp dance around the fire. The men and boys among them are about to participate in the final ritual of the summer ceremonial cycle. As they have done for centuries, they are preparing for the serious game of stickball, the little brother of war. Before the annual stickball game begins, the players gather their bundles of ball sticks, breechcloths, and belts from their overnight resting place. Players from the hosting tribal town form 2 opposing teams that line up in the square. Ball sticks laid on the ground ensure that the 2 teams are evenly matched. Then players from visiting ceremonial grounds are called into the square and divided between the teams. In this game, father plays against son, brother against brother. Teams are simply named the East and the West. Circling the ceremonial fire for the last time this season, the players begin to mentally prepare themselves for the game. Their chant serves both as a farewell to the fire for the year and a song honoring the balls to be used in the day's game. War whoops punctuate the chanting as the spirit of friendly competition mounts. herbal medicine, especially prepared by the tribal town chief or medicine maker. Now the teams move on toward the ball field. The playing field, lined with spectators' cars, is 100 yards long and lies in an east-west direction. Each team enters the field under the direction of a medicine maker, who is actively attempting to influence the play of the game in his team's favor. One of the two men explains the rules of the game to the players, stresses the importance of a good mental attitude, exhorts the men toward spirited, friendly play, and then calls for the game to begin. The players may not touch the ball with their hands, but must use the sticks to retrieve the ball and pass it on towards the goal. Spectators root for their favorite team with yells of Hazoza, east, and Akalatka, west. The players position themselves on the field in a series of groupings or clusters. Each cluster is made up of players from both teams. The young boys make up a cluster of their own. Each team's scorekeeper keeps track of his team's score with a bundle of sticks. The first team reaching 20 points wins the game. When the final goal is made, the scorekeeper yells in Creek, "It's all finished," and the game ends. The two teams then come together in the middle of the field to share a smoke and show that there are no hard feelings about the game. The losing team is excused, and the winners go back to their goal to celebrate their victory.